talk about today is Taylor Devereaux, who is from the Toronto area. The first dose of Pfizer on September 10th, 2021. This is what she says. I was a happy 26-year-old girl. I could sing for a long period of time. Due to a vaccine law mandate at my university, I was pressured into taking Pfizer COVID dosage number 1, when I never wanted any of these COVID vaccines. I now have trouble studying my schoolwork at times because I get occasional chest pains. My life has changed drastically since September 10th, 2021. What was your reaction, symptoms, and timeline? At the pharmacy initially, I felt extreme dizziness. During the time I had to wait to be monitored, I complained to my dad that I had very bad dizziness. I had an extremely painful sore arm. I had to take Tylenol and another pain medication. On September 15th, 5 days after my vaccine, I experienced sudden chest pains. I felt as though a knife was stabbing me in the chest. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate the pain 10 out of 10. She called telehealth, and the woman on the phone told her to go to the hospital and that it could be a reaction to the vaccine. The hospital doctor said my heart still appears healthy and normal, told me to still get my second dosage due to the Delta variant. She went to 2 hospitals, and at Brampton William Ulcer Hospital and at Sunnybrook, the response I had been given is the chest pains are all coming from anxiety attacks and not at all related to my vaccine Pfizer dosage number 1. She was sent home, but the pain still remained. The only thing that helps is when she takes aspirin. She requested a cardiac MRI at Sunnybrook to find out if she has pericarditis or myocarditis. They refused to give her one. She still has chest pains and heart palpitations. This was back in February. I was able to get in contact with Taylor, and the good news is she's feeling a lot better. I've been praying for her. I think everyone's been praying for her. Prayer helps people. She still has not received her MRI. She did have another chest reaction in March. They took her blood pressure, and because it was normal, they left her at her house. The ambulance didn't bring her in. I don't think that's very good. They should have brought her in. But she's feeling a lot better, and she might be able to go back to school, to in-person classes in May. So that's good. I don't know if it's the school or if it's just her personal case that they're letting her come back, but at least she gets to go back to school. She's very excited about this. What do you wish others knew, Taylor? She says, I wish others knew that people can have a bad reaction to these vaccines. She puts them in quotation marks. These vaccines have not been out long enough to the public, and I believe there are far more risks than benefits to these COVID-19 vaccines. I now unfortunately have to quit my university program because I cannot get a medical exemption from dosage number 2, and I won't be allowed to attend my university campus in January. These vaccine injuries don't just happen to women. This is what I'm saying, okay? Although I feel like a lot more are reporting because women are fearless and compassionate creatures who want to help others and are more prone to sharing. But I have found a Canadian. His name is Stephen Zaswick. And he's from beautiful British Columbia and lives in Vancouver. The first dose of AstraZeneca, Covishield Chadox 1S on April 14th, 2021. Stephen Zaswick was a very active retired federal corrections officer, having worked in maximum security prison and in excellent health, and had a very healthy, active lifestyle, skiing, golfing, snowmobiling, hiking, etc. After my first jab at 3 p.m. on April 14th, 2021, it was that evening, early morning, I had a large lesion of the back of my leg. A raised snake-like line, which was approximately 1/4 of an inch wide, 14 inches long, and 1/8 of an inch in height. That was the start of it all. In the next few days, headache, extreme fatigue, shortness of breath, exhaustion, brain fog, and always tired. I went to the walk-in clinic and was immediately directed to the ER at the hospital and identified AstraZeneca as the cause of my concern, where I was informed that there was no protocol for treatment and to have a nice day. I was told I'd be contacted by a specialist when there was a date for an appointment. I called the specialist and was told there was a 10-month-long waiting list. I contacted 4 other specialists and was told the same thing. Due to the lockdowns, every medical health professional seems to have very, very long waiting lists. I contacted the British Columbia Centre for Disease Control and was told that they are aware of my case, that there is no protocol for treatment, and to have a nice day. I received a call from Fraser Health, our regional healthcare provider, and was informed to not take another AstraZeneca shot and have a nice day. I received a call from one of the 6 specialists I had contacted and was advised that the doctor wanted to see me immediately, and I was booked for the next day. Shocking. The next day I attended the physician's office and was greeted by 2 specialists, very welcoming, knowledgeable, and clearly experienced. They ran a set of allergy tests, all negative. I am not allergic to anything, nor have I ever been. I was informed that what I have is called urticaria, an autoimmune reaction specifically to the vaccine. Yet, had never seen nor heard of this from AstraZeneca. I was given antihistamine, a cream ointment, and told that it should get better within 6 months to 9 months. I was contacted the next day by the specialist and asked to sign a release form for them after peer review. I was the first known case of this reaction, and they wanted to write and submit a paper in connection with my reaction and current condition. They provided me with prescriptions for ointments, Taro, Mometazone, and Rupall, an antihistamine which kicks my ass, nausea, extreme fatigue, exhaustion, dry mouth, extreme headaches, a bad attitude, confrontational, out-of-character behavior towards others. What was your life like after you got the vaccine? An absolute living hell. My life is a nightmare. Every single night I am awakened by lesions somewhere on my body. I will finally fall asleep after the itching subsides, and an hour later back up again to deal with another set of lesions in some other location on my body. It is a never-ending cycle which doesn't stop. Is there anything that has helped, and have your symptoms improved? My symptoms have not improved and have become far more persistent and extreme in length. Duration and severity of breakout. Take the prescriptions and be an exhausted, fatigued, and angry individual, or don't take the medication and be a walking lesion of welts and rashes, scratching all over my body constantly. My prescription costs are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, all of which I have to pay out of my own pocket. What do you wish others knew? And Stephen says, I wish I knew the truth about vaccines and side effects. It was a rush to get everyone vaccinated at all costs. I was not informed, lied to, misled, and when I brought it to anyone's attention, it was pass the buck, minimize, deflect, and someone else's problem. The reality is that we who are adversely affected have been kept silent, removed from finding each other, and have not had a platform to speak out, warn others, or even bring to anyone's attention the reality of the cause and effect of these vaccines. My life has changed. I did the right thing, for the right reasons, at a time when we all stood up, not specifically for our own benefit, but that of our families, our friends, relatives, and those who needed us to be protected from COVID-19 and its multiple variants, selflessly for the betterment of society and mankind itself. What we have been left with is isolation, dismissive attitudes towards our adverse reaction, and a quest for answers and support, both emotionally, physically, and financially. The next person I'm going to